right, hello, welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. We're back to playing Fragged Empire tonight. We are continuing our Infinite Spaces campaign, and we are, one way or the other, finishing up Hypnos tonight. It's going to happen. It could be at a total bloodbath with everyone dead and starting up a new crew in a couple weeks, or it could be fine. It could be like snow cones and like Cheetos or something. Yeah. I don't know. Up on a moon base. Is it? It is. It's pretty terrible. It's pretty bad. But yeah, we are back, and we'll see how it goes. I want to say right now to everybody who's watching, and especially those who are playing, I apologize for what's about to happen tonight in this session. I really am. Like, I feel a little nervous. We'll talk later. We'll see how it goes. My
heart's so ready to hear this.
We'll see how it goes. I feel really nervous about it. Okay, so before we get going, a couple quick announcements for us here. Adventures Lollygagging, we got a giveaway going on our Discord. Melissa's gonna drop the Discord link because I don't want to. So join the Discord. There's a giveaways channel. Hop into that giveaways channel. Drop a little comment. Comment is about just any setting you like any setting for TTRPGs, for video games, whatever. Whether it's a setting you've played in, whether it's a setting you only dreamed about, whether it's a setting you made up on your own, it doesn't matter. Just drop a little comment about a setting, and sometime at the end of this week, we're going to draw a winner from whoever makes a comment in that channel. And you're going to get some awesome stuff from our good pals at North Foundry. So if you don't know North Foundry, they make amazing dice, of which I have some right now that I don't know why I picked up a D20. I'm going to use the D4 tonight. So we're rolling some D4s tonight. And you can get some awesome stuff. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that we're playing Fragged Empire. And although this is just our own game, I do like to support it. And right now they have a backer kit going on for a special digital tool for Frag Nexus. So if you're interested in this game and future Frag games, and you want to have some digital tools to kind of help with the bookkeeping that comes with the game, maybe go ahead and take a look at that backer kit and see if it's something you're willing to hop in on. Maybe Melissa will drop that link too if she knows the command. She doesn't. I'm judging from her face. She does not know the command. It is very cleverly Frag Nexus. That's what it is. I really don't stray too far from it. Yeah, it's really not that. There it is. Anyhow, and if you're watching this later, or if you're listening to this later, go ahead and check the descripts. I have all of the various information in there. Okay, we all ready? Enough of that business.
No.
Let's see. I don't have a question. Crap. Okay, so we're just gonna do it old school style. Gita, we're gonna start with you. Go ahead, give us a basic introduction. Everything you know about Zatek. What do you know about? Tell us about Zatek. Introduce us. Old fashioned. Everything you know. Quiz time. You've been playing with him for months. You've been listening to him talk and us introduce him for months. You've been together on the ship for months. So clearly, you must have a very deep understanding of this character. So go right ahead, Melissa.
Clearly, Judah is not self-centered at all, and has taken in all of his information. So Zatek is bacteria. That I know. Zatek is bacteria. Zatek is a Zhou, which I can read off the overlay, but I did actually know. So he's a chrome Zhou. Zhou are all blob-like, and they get hungry and they take in more and more mass, and they can get really, really big. And so Zatek has a spork mask face thing. So that's kind of one of his identifying features. And Zatek has been a super good friend to our fungal friend Boris, and got him all set up with all kinds of extra senses so that he can befriend or harass Harti, whichever he so chooses.
Excellent. I like how I say, hey, introduce Zatek, and you start introducing Zhou as a concept. So when you introduce people in real life, do you explain the concept of human beings? This is my aunt. She's
We
a
said-
human. Humans, as you know, are bipedal creatures.
You said go all the way back to the basics. And so I went all the way back to the basics of
Gotcha.
who are we as this very
You got there with the
diverse
spork
crew.
mask. You got there with the spork mask. You got there with the spork. Okay, Zatek.
And no, Stephen, I wasn't just looking at the overlay picture and
She was
describing what I saw.
She was totally doing that. She was 100% doing that. Good call out. All right, Zatek, let's see. You do a little better. Tell us everything you know about Maya.
Okay. Maya, Divine Mocha, our corp. She likes to film everything that we do and put it on social media against our will, and sometimes with our will. Has a habit for having relationships with people that could kill us very well, and seems to not be backfiring at all right now. And we're definitely not about to have Kill be executed by her ex in front of our eyes at the start of this. So
Definitely
all good
not.
stuff.
I like how you started immediately with specifics and you stayed with it all the way to the end. Excellent. You didn't tell us who the corp were. You didn't do all of that. You just jumped right into it. Awesome. All right, Maya, do us a favor. Tell everybody everything we need to know, everything you remember about Dr. Toronto.
Harty is a Nephilim who may or may not be Kill's illegitimate son. And much to Kill's chagrin. But that doesn't stop Harty from insisting on that lineage. He is responsible for Kill's new knees and his 17 belly buttons. We still don't know how many is the appropriate number of armpits for Jita, but Harty is determined to find out and is convinced it's at least 3 is the right number. And Harty is the kind of person that'll make sure you get to what he thinks is the right number of armpits or belly buttons for you.
I'll get you there. One way or the other, I'll get you there.
Yeah. He's like part evolutionary biologist, part like auto mechanic. Like that's just it's like a combination of those two. Yeah.
I had a couple of old episodes up, and there was a great description of Harty as a surprise healing and unnecessarily invasive and uncomfortably thorough.
Absolutely. Yeah. If he ever opens up a practice, that has to be the slogan that pops up in the commercials.
It's gotta be it. Yeah.
All right, Hard T. All right, Dr. Toronto. Tell us everything you remember about Kill.
Well, Kill's my father. Biologically, at this point, I've done enough splicing that he's got plenty of my genetics and I've got plenty of his. He's also Maya's father. Listen, I see a lot of judgment here. Who hasn't? Oh, I'm not going to finish that sentence. Anyway, he's also Maya's father. He's also the one that keeps us from dying most of the time because he's very strong and very big and extremely old for, a legion. But that also means he's smart-ish and good at killing.
Okay. Yeah. All that
does
seems
nice
to track.
things.
He's a good dude.
Do nice things. Yeah.
He's a good dude who's just he is a very much a father figure, whether it's biological or not. He is very much the father figure of the crew. I think that's fair, right? Is that not fair, Kill?
That's fair.
That's fair. Okay.
All right. So go ahead and tell us then about the mother figure of the
Sure. If
the
I'm
crew.
Papa Bear, then Jita's Mama Bear. Jita is a salamander Twifar. She digs colorful, awesome things because, like, she kind of communes with this almost otherworldly energy. And Kill doesn't completely get it, but he tries to respect it, even though they have very different outlooks on what's important in life. She's super smart. If you need anything done planetary wise, you need something fixed in a snap, she can do it. She can shoot rainbows. It's not necessarily out of her armpits. She could probably shoot rainbows anywhere she wants. Yeah, she's tough. She's smart. She's reliable. She really loves fruity drinks. And, it's not embarrassing at all. It's actually a good time. Like, it's only embarrassing in the moment.
Excellent. Well done. Well done. I think everyone did a fantastic job. Judy, you feeling good about your answer? Feeling good about your answer now?
I still stand by my answer.
I'm gonna get killed later. Okay. Totally worth. Oh, I'll do anything real. Okay. So a quick summary of where we're at. Crew of the Boss Chad took a job working for the Legion, the military folks that kills people. They were to head to Hypnos, which is a planet within the Cerberus system, the adopted home system of the Legion, that is known for having strange effects on memory because of its proximity to ley storms. Ley storms, or ley dust, I should say, is like the thing that is sort of propelling so much of the travel, the long distance space travel in this game. And so the proximity to these ley storms kind of wreaks havoc on it. And so there's no permanent settlements on this planet. And it has old history back to the humans. The humans try to build these huge obelisks, these huge monoliths basically out of crystal to try to maybe affect some sort of storms. And then the Mondians, this favored creation of the Archons that came back later on and has all these little ruins around the Cerberus system, tried to do the same thing at some point, right? So you all were sent here, not because of any of that, but because there was a missing squad of Legion, and because there was an unsanctioned expedition by somebody that the Legion didn't like onto this planet. And so you were sent here, and you were supposed to figure out what went down. Where did the squad go? What's up with that expedition, etc. Complicating matters is the fact that Maya's old lover, boyfriend, I'm not sure what the label is, but definitely they were entwined. He was the leader of that squad. And you did manage to see him briefly, but he was not in his right mind. He didn't recognize you the way that you probably would have hoped, and he ran off into the mist. Eventually, you all started following him and tracking a transponder, and that led you eventually to this island across a very deep ford where you were nearly killed by giant whales. And in this old ruinous city, you found it wasn't so much a city as it was like some kind of like research grounds. And you can see what look like human structures. You can see what looks like Mondian structures. You saw that there's all sorts of strange and erratic crystal growth, these massive kind of black crystals coming and cracking up through the ground, some of which were encasing people within crystal themselves, including a figure that Dr. T believes is probably a Mondian, in fact, judging from the look of it. Eventually, you all looked around a bit. A few of you, I think, found some dead folks as well, recently killed with like sniper rounds to the chest. And then you found this huge crevice in the ground from which these giant growths of crystal, these towering growths of crystal were coming out of, and you climbed down. When you got down there, you realized you were in some kind of underground laboratory, massive, cavernous, and you saw these huge vats from which all sorts of different crystals were growing. As you were kind of looking around, taking stock of this extremely dark cavern with only a few little bits of ambient light, there was a flicker next to you all, and the decloaking mechanism of whatever it is that Ajax wears triggered. And when that happened and he kind of unmasked himself, he had a gun to Kill's head. So we're going to pick up 3-4 years from now. No, just kidding. We're going to pick up right there. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great if I just...
That would be great.
3 years later. So there's a gun to the back of your head, Kill. And you hear a familiar voice. And it says, name, rank, mission.
Yo, Krug. I forget what the rank was. Was it Centauri or something?
That's something like that. We'll just say you whatever I gave you is what I don't remember off the top of my head. Yeah.
Yo, Krug, Centauri. I'm here to bring you back and your team.
My team. I don't have a team. I don't have a team.
Well, if it's just you, then I want to rescue you.
Who are these people? Kind of looks around. These aren't Legion.
Nope. That's the team I'm working with. Been doing a lot of odd jobs.
You're a Legion Centurion who doesn't work with other Legion. And you were
I got
sent
put on
to
special
rescue
assignment.
me?
Well, my main assignment is to watch over Miss Diane over there. You know her. You know Maya. Mostly my official assignment's to watch after her and get sent off on lots of wacky other jobs in the meanwhile.
He looks over at Maya and looks her down and up. I know her.
Yep. And there's a more official mode of things, and there's people that have been requesting support for this, but you know how the rules are and all the loopholes you got to go through to get support. It wasn't coming. You know, Grund, you remember Grund? He tossed out a line. I said I'd do a favor. You're a good kid. Why
Grund.
wouldn't I come?
Which one of these is Grund?
He's not here right now. He's running a base, much to his chagrin. Remember the guy who collects eyes?
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
That's fair. This place is messed up.
But I got a target in here. The last of a whole long list of them. And they're hiding in here. And if you want to do your duty and save me, you help me get to that target first. Copy?
Affirmative.
Palantor. And at this point, you feel the gun pull away from your head. And you don't even hear him like click. You're not even sure if it was even like cocked to fire or whatever, or charged to fire. And he just starts to go through this description of a Palantor that he's looking for. Came down here, saw them running through the mist. Climbed quicker than you can imagine. 2 or 3 of their allies on the surface tried to intervene. They've been taken care of. I need this one now, too. I need to run the board. You get me?
Is there anything I should know? What's drawn someone as skilled as yourself down on them?
Orders.
I have a question.
He looks over at you. Yeah.
These Palantors on the ground that you cleared out. Could you give me like a general location?
So
Where'd that happen?
he describes 2 targets, both of them center mass, perfect shots. One of them was like by the ruins of a building. One of them was a little bit off to the side.
Okay.
What was the name of this Palantor you're looking for?
Looks at he like reaches over towards his like bracer and kind of smacks it a little bit. Smacks it again. I just have a Signia number, no name. TV 7. But I don't think that's their name. I think it's just a serial number of a part.
The building that he because I mean we haven't seen any dead Palantor, right?
You have not. You did, however. Jita does. I would say Jita. I think is Zatek. Did when you were on the ship, you did get like a roster, and that name does sound familiar to your. Like if you check the roster that you have, like you would see that name on there. Well, if that's the case, I've already done a quick scout. We're not alone down here. I counted 8. 8 constructs. Varying size. Capability unclear. At least 4 defense turrets flanking either side of these vats. They don't have cloak detection, so they didn't get me. I don't know if they're operational, but they're here. I don't know if this Palantor's somehow plugging into them, controlling things, whether this is some big conspiracy, I don't know. But I just know that they gotta go down.
We've talked to this guy before, right?
Ajax? Yeah, briefly.
Personality-wise, he seems a little different.
He
at least from
seems,
what I'm remembering.
Yeah, he was very, like, distant when you
He's
last
far
met
more
him.
intense right now.
Yeah. Does seem to be.
I'm gonna. Oh, before we go, I am a doctor. I am assigned to kill. Not to be rude or anything, but you gotta let me give you a check over. I don't want anything slowing us down. Not that you would. It's protocol.
Protocol.
Yeah.
Assigned to kill.
Yeah, that's me.
Who's your superior officer?
Kill. I don't have a superior officer. Are you familiar with the Legion familial implantation method? Where once hatched, the first thing we see, we find ourselves inclined to look towards as a leader.
Roll a persuasion test.
You're
Well,
making
that's
this
what
sound
you
very
did.
scientifically viable. Like this
I'm
is
trying.
coming out with some medical authority.
Yeah. You said persuasion test?
Persuasion,
Oh,
yeah.
there it is. Okay.
Then I have another question.
Sure.
Answers 4.
With Palantor, do they often go by, like, if they have like a name listed,
Mm-hmm.
do they ever go by like their serial number and their name separately, or do they usually like identify as?
It depends. I mean, like they could have a gamer tag. So for like an MVP or something, they could have a gamer tag that they go by in certain circles, like because it's almost like their celebrity name versus like what they might be. And then, yeah, I mean, like that.
7 is someone that was on the same expedition, like Julian's expedition, as this Frelosh, that remnant Ursan guy, and this Keanu Reeves turning dude, Dolan.
What?
Half a point break.
Hey guys, it's pretty
Right.
intense in here, right?
Whoa.
The only thing I'm
Whoa.
concerned with is that probably one of the delusions that Zatek's having, but is of one of his previous friends who is also Palantor. He doesn't want that to be the same person by mistake.
Okay. All right. Do you say anything or do anything with that?
I want to see if I can remember that, like, being another name that they went by, or like a serial number, because I feel like I would have been around them for a while. I want to know if like they ever went by that name or something, if I could just recall that.
Roll a resolve test.
Okay.
As Chuck has been just absolutely failing that persuasion roll like crazy in
Oh,
Fragged right
man.
now. It's like not even close.
I rolled a 7.
Reroll.
I re-rolled and I got a 7.
Uh,
Then I used an audience die re-roll. So thank you, audience. And it took my 7 to a 6.
As a total, by the way, just in case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I turned a 2 into a 1.
So we'll start with the Zatek because that's the easier one to do, and then we'll resolve Dr. T. So Zatek, how did you do on the resolve test?
18.
18. Okay. Yeah, that name sounds familiar. Tiv 7, and not just because it's on the roster. You start to have like a little bit of a panic attack, so to speak, kind of sets in as like you start to realize like there's a memory that you're trying to like access, and it's like one of the like you know that this planet does something with memory, and like you feel pretty confident that you know that name for more reasons than Jita just found it in the roster. Like there's something more personal to it. the specifics of which are probably still blocked. But I would say gut instinct, you feel like, yeah, that they could be the same person.
Okay. Next question. Is there any sort of like visible life support or anything like that in Ajax's suit?
It's like one like it doesn't look like he's breathing through it, if that's the thought. Like it doesn't have like a breathing apparatus. It doesn't look like that. It looks, it looks like a very sleek, advanced, like Legion armor that probably has some kind of like light bending cloaking mechanism. But you don't see it. More than likely could serve as a short-term environmental suit, but it doesn't look like he's using it that way.
Okay.
All right. Let me resolve Dr. T. Yeah. So as Dr. T, you start brandishing your tentacles and say, "Come here, take a look at me. I'm a doctor."
Let me look at you. Let me touch you.
He looks at you with like the most serious face. Like he makes Kill's face looks like a child laughing, and he just says, "Don't come near me."
Okay.
And he turns back to Kill at this point. "Are you gonna help me or not, partner?"
Look, I came here to do a job. I'm not going to quit now. I really want to get out of this place anyways. So, you can tell I'm a little long in the tooth. You lead the way. I'll be right there behind you.
Okay. So he hits the side of his helmet. You see the face mask comes down. You see that he kind of taps a little segment on his suit, which starts to flicker a bit until like you got that light bending thing. But since he's standing there and he's not running off, you can kind of see it. Like it's clear as it's clear as you all as you're standing, and you can still kind of hear his voice as he talks. Kill it. I mean, obviously, it gives you a little bit of vibes of the Volp agent and whatnot, kind of that same sort of tech, right?
Yeah.
So as you guys look around, you are in this massive cavern. It is enormous, and it was like about 300 feet down. And you can see that there are these vats. Like occasionally you can see a little bit of ambient light here and there as there's some leftover tech, security systems, lights, whatever it might be. And you can see the lights kind of flickering every now and then. But for the most part, it's extraordinarily dark. Now, all around you, you are currently standing on kind of like some kind of plasteel kind of platform, like some sort of pseudo metal. It's not really rusted, so it's not pure metal, or at least it's some kind of special alloy. And you're on a platform. There's a giant hole, a crack across the ceiling from which one of the vats is growing these fingers of crystal. And that's where you guys came down, and you landed in this little area. And you can see that there is basically a long walkway heading in kind of two different directions. We'll say, just for ease, we'll say north, south. They both kind of head off into darkness. And you can see there are these along the way, there are these smaller little stairs that goes down to even a lower level, which seems to be more like an earthy ground level where the vats, these massive vats, are sitting. The vats themselves are almost like a house. Like they're like, actually, they're probably a little bit bigger than the size of like a suburban American house, right? That's how big they are. And you can see from them, many of them have growth of crystal coming up and over. Some don't seem to have anything growing out of it at all. There's some slight discoloration. You would guess maybe Dr. T and Zatek and maybe Jita, with your science knowledge and such, that likely they were using or experimenting with different chemical compositions, some of which seems to have continued to grow in absence of anyone attending it, others not so much. There's also, coming up from the ground of the cavern, you can see there's these different protrusions of kind of rock and crystal, where maybe just little chunks over the course of thousands of years basically have been able to kind of grow on their own. And so that's what you kind of see in front of you. You probably don't have more than maybe 30 feet of like vision or so, 30 to maybe 40 feet of vision before everything kind of fades off, and you just see like a distant light here and there. You hear, it's very, very quiet down here. You hear like the dripping of water. Like that's something that kind of catches your attention. You also notice that there is like a hum that's just ever present, almost like a tinnitus situation, but you realize that it's not like electronical. Like maybe because you travel on spaceships so often, you're used to like an engine hum or electrical hum, but that's not what this is. This feels more like resonating. And it also is actually surprisingly cold down here. So what would you guys like to do?
One thing I want to do, this is going to be weird, but I want to see. So Maya's got equipment that does like live stream stuff, editing stuff.
She has not had it up at all doing this.
That's fine.
I would say that she probably doesn't have it on her.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say the only thing you guys had, and you guys haven't really been, you don't remember the last time you did a check-in, but you have like those wristbands that you got at Polaris Australis. So,
so if we move around to start investigating, like, is there any reaction from him, or can like him and Kill sort of do their search, and we can kind of try to look around?
You tell me what you do, and I will tell you how he reacts.
So Jita is just going to kind of like move to the side as they're sort of having this conversation. She's just going to look and just be examining things. So like she's definitely listening to the water, droplets of water, and kind of moving in that direction. Okay.
Do you stay up on this main walkway, or do you go down any of those little staircases? When I say they're staircases, it's like maybe a 10-foot drop. It's not like this huge drop into nothing, right? And you can even see the ground beneath them. Or do you go down there to like the earthy area and look at some of the like the crystal things and the pools of liquid and that kind of stuff?
She would be going down the stairs.
Okay. So you see Jita branches off and she starts crunching down the staircases onto the earth. Okay. Doesn't seem as though Ajax tries to stop you.
Okay.
Ever since this whole thing has started, Maya has been kind of frozen, more or less, and uncharacteristically silent, and just sort of completely honed in on Ajax. Like obviously like held her breath and visibly relaxed when he took the gun away from Kill's head, but seeing that Kill speaking to him seems to be in whatever way getting through to him in a way that she was not able to. I'm just gonna assess and figure out what to do. But I think right now she's really focused on Ajax and Kill and not on the environment so much.
Okay, so we could just say that you're keeping a close eye on Kill and that kind of flickering, bending of light. That's presumably Ajax. Dr. T, did you have your hand up? What were you wanted to do?
Yeah, so I am still concerned about Ajax. Mainly, I think he poses a significant threat to us. And I really want to know what that is, but also I don't want him to kill me because I'm getting too close. So I'm going to be shadowing Kill because I presume Kill will probably be moving along with Ajax. And while I'm doing that, I want to try my best to kind of give him like listening to any, whatever small talk he has with Kill, trying to figure out where this dude's at kind of mentally. I'm looking to do like a psychology test.
Okay, sure.
Trying to figure out.
Yeah. Give that a roll.
How worried do we need to be?
Yeah, give that a roll. And then Zatek. So we know that Maya's following and just keeping close eye. We know that Jita's going down to inspect some of the environment. I will say, if it's okay, that your Twyfar friend, Jolan, follows you down. Is that okay, Jita? So you're not alone? He's like,
of course. Yeah.
Whoa, be careful. We got to do like the buddy system. What?
Yes. Quietly.
Okay. So we'll say that you're not alone. And then Zatek, what are you doing?
Okay. I'll I'm willing to sacrifice the recorder tech that we have. And I want to prep a thing that I think will fuck with Ajax, which is I remember that game that him and the other guy were locked in. And I just want to start recording as many voice lines and sound effects and things that will bring up memories of that game that I can blast over our local comms, because he seems to have been wired into those and listening to us. So I just want to bombard him with traumatic memories from this game.
Okay.
If at all possible.
Sounds like a computers test, I think. That was probably what that's going to be.
I was thinking either computers or electronics to like hotwire the recorder thing.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take either. That makes sense. Okay.
Okay.
How did the psychology test go? So I'll say that
15.
15. Okay.
Yeah.
The group of you, with the exception of Jita, who might be on the ground while you all are on like the walkway above, maybe 10 feet above, you're still in relative earshot with one another. So you're just following. And once you start moving and you start listening to Ajax, like Ajax calls things out very directly. He like kind of points out like how far ahead, which side of the railing, where the danger is. Like he points out like a railing that is kind of loose. And he starts pointing out all these particular dangers, and he's doing so in like this great kind of fairly professional kind of clippy. So Dr. T, like your psychological assessment is that he's probably personality wise not all there, and it seems to like reverting back to basic fundamental training. And so so like in terms of whether he poses a danger to you, your conclusion would probably be if you interfere with that basic training, then
he is running on pure instruction.
Yeah.
And damned with everything else. That's what I'm getting. Okay.
Yep. Okay. And then Zatek, how'd you do on your test?
Got an 18.
Did you just type 18 in there, or did you?
I did just to keep track, but no, I rolled a 1, a 6, a 4, and then I re-rolled the 1.
Okay.
Damn, he caught it.
Oh, look, my psychology was actually an 84.
Wow, that's the best roll you've done. Look at you. Oh, it's amazing. Okay. So Zatek, you start hacking into the device that you have in your hand, and you're specifically trying to like get lines or something like that from the game that was on the ship.
Yeah, I'm just trying to either through memory or whatever, like record things into this recorder that I can
then just blast
into our local comms. Yeah, I want to broadcast like sound effects and things from that game so that it torments him.
All right. You would probably not be. I don't know if he's on the same comms link as you all. Like he let you guys
we've
follow
talked to him over it before.
That's fair. Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair. Okay, so I'll say with your 18, first of all, it's successful, and you can see that
because I have my thing.
Well, I'm going to give you something else for it. Yeah, I'm going to give you something else for it. So first of all, it's successful, and you can see the kind of the flicker of the bending of the light jerk all of a sudden, and then comes down, and he like rips his helmet off, and he's like, what the fuck? They're getting in comms, partner. They're getting in comms. How are your comms? Clear comms. Everyone, clear comms. Clear comms. And you guys can hear, and I was like, Kill, since you're right next to him, you can hear like the sound coming from the helmet of like the game that loop. And it's not perfect because it's not the actual game, but probably just like Zatek splicing in like his own voice here and there as best he can.
Yeah.
Right?
Do I catch Zatek's voice at all?
You can roll something.
I have no idea this is happening. So I've just been waiting to see like if I see
Just
any
over
of
the
this.
corner.
Can I do a catch?
Yeah, give me an awareness. Give me an awareness since you have been laser focused on following and tracking like Kill as you crunch along this walkway. And the helmet comes down.
What did you ask for?
Awareness, I think, just to see if you like if you kind of piece it together, because he is. I'm assuming Zatek, you're kind of modulating your voice so it's not perfect. That would be rough. Yeah. Okay. I have something else for you in a sec.
I pretty much speak through like a computer almost anyways because I'm the Chrome Zhou.
Okay.
DJ Zatek. Between last session and this session, you are all about the music and sound mixing.
That's a 19.
19. Yes, you definitely recognize that Zatek's voice is coming out of the helmet of Ajax. It doesn't sound exactly like Zatek, and in fact there's like 4 different voices that you hear, but they all sound like Zatek in like different modulations and slightly different frequencies and such. But you can hear, and it's, as best as you can tell, kind of going over, it's like round 1 fight, and it's like finish him, stuff like that. It just sounds like Zatek.
I very quickly pick up the helmet and I round on what the fuck are you doing? What?
I'm not doing anything.
What the fuck are you doing?
Nothing. That wasn't me.
What the fuck are you doing?
Riling up the currently calm guy.
Stop it! I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you need to stop.
I'm afraid of him.
Yeah, well, so am I. But I don't think fucking with his comms is the fucking way to do anything.
I think it is.
And I'm gonna try and break it with brute force.
Just smash the helmet against like a railing or something like that, or the ground. Yeah, that's fine. Dr. T, what were you gonna say?
I was just curious how closely this dude is paying attention to the argument between my 2 siblings.
So, I mean, a couple things are about to happen. So first, as you guys are all kind of shouting or having this little bit of a tiff, and Jita, you and Jolan are inspecting this like projection of crystal where you see there's like a pocket inside the crystal, and there's like kind of light that seems almost trapped inside within the crystal, kind of flickering. And he's just kind of looking at it going like, whoa. And you suddenly hear above you, Zatek and Maya kind of going at it a little bit. Maya starts kind of yelling at Zatek. And as that happens, Jita, you hear the sounds of and you look up ahead, and there's just a handful of feet in front of you. You see on the other side this big old outcropping of crystal coming from around the corner of this big vat. You see a large construct, mechanical, just veering out from the darkness. And you see on the opposite side, almost an identical looking one. And then a third starts coming up. And so while those of you on the walkway are arguing, Kill, I'll give you an awareness test because you weren't really part of the argument. And Dr. T, you can do it too. As the 2 of you might notice that there is some stuff that's starting to close in around you.
You said awareness, correct?
Awareness.
I did good.
Look at you,
15?
Dr. T.
I rolled a 12.
And you got a 6, so you can...
Not risking it.
Yes!
Okay.
Not risking it.
You're saving all your good rolls for today. I love it.
Okay. You're going to need them.
Say that. I think I'm breaking even for today.
Okay. What you notice, Dr. T, and Kill, how'd you do?
15.
You see, okay, Kill, also excellent roll. You notice coming out of the darkness in various places on the ground, and in some cases starting to like move up towards the stairs that kind of start to get on top of the walkway itself. And you see not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but like a bunch of these constructs. And Ajax like turns to you and says, "Your team sucks, partner." And I'm going to go ahead and bring you to a little map, as this is not how I expected it to go down, but this is how it's going down.
We got a map.
Oh,
We got a map.
It's never a good idea. When I have a map, that's a bad thing because you know I'm prepped. It's because you don't have
tokens.
vision. Yeah, hold on one sec. I got to set it all up.
Oh,
But thank you.
this is bad. This is real bad.
Okay, guys.
Oh, God.
This is bad.
Give me one
And
second. Let me
Jeff,
get this
you've
for the
gotten
stream.
Holy shit.
4 complications
I
tonight.
honestly don't see how you guys are going to survive with all the complications Griff
These
has
guys
just
got
given
sword
me.
hands.
Yeah, let's go ahead and zoom
Is
this
that
out just a
fucking
little
angry
bit.
C3PO? What the shit?
Oh no.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh.
All right. We are
God.
going to, let's go. I wasn't sure if this was going to trigger, but it's going to trigger now. So we're going to go into initiative as you guys have awoken the attention of many of these constructs.
Oh dear.
Actually,
Oh dear.
let me just go through. I think I know your initiatives. Ajax usually goes first because he's ridiculously high. After that, I think Jita and Meyer are on the same level at 4. And then I think
recovered
3 is Zatek and Dr. T.
Yeah.
And then Kill, you're at 2. And then I'm going to put Jolan is with you. And then all of these, because of the types of creatures they're all going to go last. So we don't have to worry too much about the initiative going nuts on us. The other thing I'm going to say, as this is coming, as all these things are starting to come out from amongst the darkness and from these little pockets of crystal and such, is that there's something else you notice, Zatek, as you're trying to hack into this program and you kind of let it out and you sort of broadcast the signal into his comms, is that you notice that in the bottom right-hand corner, like of the, like you have like a mobile version of the game or something like that, and that's why you're able to easily tap into it. But you do notice that like the signature, like the copyright signature or like the design by signature does say TV7, as you do notice that as this is happening. Okay. All right. So we're going to start up. Let me go ahead and move these over a little bit. And this is where we're going to start.
Goodness.
I don't know if you can answer this, but real quick, does that feel like that's what was the familiar thing that about them?
You rolled really high? No.
Okay.
No. I mean, like it makes sense now that you see it, but you still feel like there's probably something more. Okay. We start with Ajax. Ajax is going to first action. He's going to go and get invisible once more. His head kind of stands out a bit, but the rest of his body is so he's like a floating head now. And then he is going to turn and he's going to fire. We'll say at the pink one to the southwest, and he's going to give that a go and give that a shot. And Ajax will, I think he's just going to do, by the way, I forgot that it's more than just he shoots. It's a specific ability because we haven't run this in a while. Okay, he's going to take he's going to take a snapshot because he's going to try to move as well. So he's going to shoot and then he's going to move his mobility. So he will hit. And as he fires out in the direction of the pink one to the southwest, you will see a chunk of the pink one just kind of, as he does fire, doesn't destroy it in one shot, but you can definitely see that one of the arms is now kind of hanging loosely and limply from its socket. And then he's going to shift and start running back down this walkway towards the back of the platform and finds cover by one of these railings. And eventually you guys just see his head floating around. All right. Jita and Maya, either order. What would you like to do?
Jita, you can go first if you like.
Okay, so I have got one that's a little bit to the kind of like northwest west of where I am down here. So I think that's probably going to be the target that she will focus on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This looks like it's about 6-ish away. So I am going to need to do a little bit of a snapshot, I think, to attack for the first time.
Okay. Snapshot, indeed.
So it's going to be kind of the cool looking move and shoot at the same time.
Are you moving first or are you shooting first?
Moving first, because I think I need to move just a little bit to get in range.
Yeah, there's like a big chunk of crystal. Yeah, plus there's a big chunk of crystal kind of in your way.
Yeah, so I'm going to move myself kind of over there so that I can get a shot.
Kind of to the right of that chunk of crystal on the ground. Sure. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
And then so my to hit here is 2d6. And that is 11 plus hit plus skill is 20.
20 is a hit, of course. Yeah, go ahead. And what is the damage on that?
So I did get a 6 on my roll, by the way. So a 6 and a 5.
Okay.
So normally it would be endurance damage is 3 plus focus is 3, and then I can do a critical hit.
Okay. So critical hit is you tell me what the crit damage is on your weapon. We compare it to the armor I might have for these things, and then we determine whether or not they took. Okay. Completely absorbed, as these constructs have like a very thick, heavy kind of either metallic or semi-metallic sheen over top of them. You do manage to kind of clip one of its weak spots, and so you see like maybe a valve or a tube or some sort of section where like the joints come together, and you snip something, and so you definitely hit it, and you see for a second it kind of wobbles and then turns in your direction, but it does in fact absorb all of that. Okay. That's your first action. Second action.
Okay, so then second action, I will do a sighted shot for my second action so that I can add in the focus on the damage attempt. So that is a 5 minus 3, 8. 8 plus 9 is 17.
17's a hit. Yeah, 17's a hit.
Okay. And so because that is a sighted shot, that would be 6 then to the damage.
Okay, 6 endurance. Okay, that all goes through, of course. Okay. And any crits or anything?
No.
Okay, excellent. So you have managed to do a little damage.
Move around this crystal thing, do like a move and a shoot, and then I kind of take my time a little bit more with the second shot and shoot him again.
Okay. All right. So then Maya, things have gone. So you saw Ajax shoot down at this sort of pink one to the southwest. You're hearing or you're seeing the rainbow bright shots of Jita on the ground below. As you can see, all these constructs in whatever dormant or unaware state have suddenly come online and are coming at you all. What do? You are up on this railing.
So I'm gonna do a prep action first because she did have her gun out, but she holstered it while she climbed down, so she doesn't have it out right now.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Prep is draw and move. So she's gonna take her full movement and come there and
moves out in front of Kill on the railing still. Okay.
I don't think and my second action is going to be a sighted shot, which at this dude on my right.
Okay, so the one that's the black one to your right with a blade. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And that is a 19 to hit.
19 definitely hits. Yeah.
Sweet.
All right.
And that's with 1/6.
Okay, sounds good.
Nice.
What's the endurance loss on it first? Let's start there.
Just one moment. It's my focus. 6 is
6.
the
Okay.
endurance damage.
Excellent. And then what is your crit damage?
Crit damage is 3, and there's a burn effect from the gun.
Okay. Is the burn a strong hit burn? Does it say strong hit burn?
Yes.
Okay, then you have to choose between what you want to do. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I misunderstood. How badly hurt does this dude look? Like, does he look
Not
like
very.
he can take?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we know that their
it's-
armor is really high.
Yeah.
Then you know what? I'll do the burn instead of. You know what? No, I'll do the crit damage. So let's burn him as fast as we can.
Okay. So I will say, as you fire, you do the crit. You do notice that it doesn't seem to pierce through whatever armor plating it does have, as your crit damage is not enough to get through the armor plating on the outside. The endurance damage does go through, though. Okay.
That's good to know for next time.
Okay. So after After Jita and Maya, it comes to Zatek or Dr. T. Either order's fine. What do you guys want to do?
Uh,
I'm good if you. Do you have something?
I was going to. So just to reconfirm, is there a height difference between this scaffolding walkway and this angry sword arm creature?
Yeah, so the railing that you're on, or the walkway that you're on, is about 10 feet above the kind of the cave ground, right? And then there's like these small little like auxiliary ladders that go down, or I should say auxiliary stairs that go down, and so it's just a sloping stair that goes down the 10 feet. These things are very big. You can see they're big and bulky, but you also think that some of them have like a tread base, might be narrow enough to come up onto the railing itself.
Okay.
So they do seem to be potentially functional, but they are quite big and probably heavy.
I guess I have a mobility of 3.
Okay.
Would that close me enough to get me in melee range?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then yes, with that, I am going to. I'm a melee character, whether through healing or harm.
Oh wow!
I love it.
I'm going to prep.
Okay.
And first one is draw.
Okay.
Ooh,
Knife
and
is
then
out.
second thing is move.
Okay.
So I got my laser scalpel out.
Yeah.
I move over next to it.
Okay.
And then the final thing I'm going to do is a sighted shot with
Okay.
my laser scalpel.
Give me the roll.
Roll
As you
well,
come
come
in.
on.
It's Chuck. It doesn't roll in this game.
What?
I did. Listen, I
Oh,
rolled
what?
bad, but I am really good at stabbing things.
It's
You're
true.
Wow.
really good.
Holy
It's
crap.
sneak
You have a
attack
plus
surgery.
three.
Scalpel. Do some
That was a
things.
hit,
Because
man.
Nephilim get extra little bonuses for like stabbing things and shit. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay, man. That is a hit. You don't have any 6s to use for crits,
So
but
It'll
it
just
is a hit.
be 6 endurance damage.
You get up on it and you start hacking away at a bunch of the different looks like, not so much the armor itself. You're trying to find like the in between slots and such, wherever you can kind of find access to something that might be a little bit more vulnerable. Okay. It's Attack. It is your turn.
Okay. Question: what are these turrets up at the top?
You don't see them.
Okay, never mind then.
He did.
Um,
Ajax did tell you that there were defense turrets, though. He did mention it.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Not
don't do
friendly
like
defense
live
turrets?
vision because it's just a pain in the ass for stream. So I just don't usually do it.
Okay, that's fine if I don't see them though. If that's the case, is there a way to go for like particular parts of these robots and things? Like, is there a way to do, like attack certain areas?
You want to do like a
I
cold
think you can do
shot?
that with 6s, and there
Okay.
might be an action for it.
Well,
There is
cult gives
specifically
you a little bonus.
Take aim lets you do a crit location, so like you can thematically do that, right? And it also lets you do like twice as much durability damage if you do make a crit. So like that, I would say if you're doing take aim first, one of the boosts you would get for take aim would be the plus or minus 1 to a crit location. Is probably the thing that you're looking for.
Okay, that's what I want to do then. I want to try and like disable the treads of this pink one here.
Okay.
So that's
Alright.
just stuck down there.
So like thematically what I would say is like you're trying to like harm its mobility, so to speak, right? Like you're trying to reduce its mobility score.
Yeah.
Like that's the idea of like the crit damage. Okay, so we'll see if it's successful. All right, so go ahead. Give us that roll.
Okay. So we'll do. What is the one that? So take aim does the buff
Take
of the
aim
next attack.
lets you gain 2 boosts. You can do +2 to hit, you can do +2 to endurance damage, and you can do plus or minus 1 to a crit location. So we'll say you're doing the crit location one. That means you can either do you get 1 more bonus though. So do you want to do +2 to hit, or do you want to do +2 to endurance damage?
Let's do the damage.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and roll your
I'm gonna
attack
be
then.
aiming with my. I'm going to be doing this with the overloaded shock stick whip thing I've got.
Gotcha. All right. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Yep. What's the distance on this guy?
It's accurate. You're going for the one that the black one to right that
I was
Dr.
going for
T
this
just
one.
closed in. Oh, behind you, the pink one. So yeah, it should be pretty accurate.
There's the grid.
They take up basically like 2.5 slots. So basically the closest one. So it's going to be like 2 meters for you, considering.
Okay,
its
I
height.
can hit that with the. Yeah, I have a range of 2. So cool. That means I get to roll 3d6 plus 4.
Go for
I'm
it.
gonna
Oh, well.
spend- Wait, actually, yeah, 3d6 plus 4. I'm gonna throw a munition on it to get an additional 3d6 or 1d6.
Okay. All right.
4d6. 4.
Looks like a good roll. Another 17
I saw
total with
6.
1 6.
Cool. And a 6. Yep, and I'm gonna use that for just extra crit.
Okay. So start with endurance damage. What's your total endurance damage?
Should be 4.
Okay. And so then let's get into the crit. So you are going to use the 6, the strong hit, to trigger crit, basically, and do crit damage to it. How much crit damage do you do with your weapon?
It looks like with the take aim thing, it's 4. So plus
Okay.
1 from the 6.
Okay. Do you have any piercing or anything on your weapon?
No, it's got energy, disruptor, stun.
Okay. So you unfortunately wouldn't be able to bypass its armor with 4. So it has at least 4 armor, so its armor depletes it. So
Or it'd be 4, then plus 1, so 5 total with the 6, right? Or am I not doing that right?
that's not, crit location is different. Crit location, so whenever you take damage to like a critical location, you roll that D6. So it's either going to be strength, reflexes, mobility,
okay.
or focus. The crit location allows you to have a choice, essentially. It's not just the random. It could be either the random or +1 or -1. So you basically get a choice of 3.
Okay, that makes sense.
So that's how it's sort
just
of like
4.
a take aim kind of a thing, like
That
where
makes
you're
sense.
hitting call shot.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
All
so
right.
just 4 endurance damage then, it sounds like.
Got it. All right. And then we come to kill. It is your turn.
All right. I feel like probably be best to focus fire
Mhm.
on the one to the right to set a couple people go after it.
Yeah, the one by Dr. T.
Yes.
Sure.
So
Okay.
I won't be using my grenade launchers since my partner, and definitely not my son, is right next to it.
Papa, why would you hurt me like that?
Pain is how you know you're growing. I'll use my blaster because the arc demo charges do have piercing.
Okay.
Uh,
And this is going to AoE destroy with splash, Dr. T, right? You got splash on that.
yeah, I'll just do the blaster. I'm not going to do the grenade.
It's all good.
Does
As long as it doesn't have
a-
splash on it, he's fine.
So 12 plus 7 is 19.
19's yeah, it's definitely a hit.
And
you tell
then-
me how much damage we're talking.
So it'll be 10 damage.
Okay.
And then I don't think my crit damage is 4, which I think from what I was listening earlier, I'm not sure that'll do anything.
4 will not, unless it's got some sort of pierce on it. It's not going to do it.
It does have pierce.
Okay.
I was trying
So
to look
that
up-
that would basically do 1 point because it would
do
reduce its-
1.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the good news though is that you actually did enough endurance damage that so the crit doesn't even come into play here. So as the shot goes down, you do see it goes to 0. You see this explosion, and one of the arms with the blade goes flying off to the side, nearly takes off one of Dr. T's tentacles and clatters against the crystal structure that was right next to Dr. T. As you've taken down that one. Okay.
Nice.
1 down.
In that case, I'll turn around. I know Ajax put a decent shot into the pink one down below.
1 behind you.
So-
Yep. Yep.
Stick with that as my general plan. Let's see. 10, no 6s, but still a 17 to hit.
17 is a hit. Yeah.
Okay. And be 10 endurance.
Okay. And you see a second one behind you as you manage to take out 2 of these.
Oh, yes!
Wow,
right.
kill.
Well done.
Okay.
I mean, Gita has her back turned and doesn't see anything, but Melissa thinks it's cool.
Okay.
You hear like
Okay.
a hoo-ha coming from Ajax. That a boy, partner. Then it's their turn. Okay. First of all, let's see. We got one here. It's 1, 2. All right. So coming up behind you, Zatek, you see. Nope, my bad. You see that there is this sort of. It doesn't have a treads. It just has these legs, and you see this some kind of like bladed drill hand, kind of coming at you. It looks more like like a mining device or mining robot, and it's kind of chasing after you, Zatek. But it doesn't get to you this turn. And a second will do the same. I think I'm counting that right. But again, they're just kind of closing in. Something happens that you can't quite see. And then what else? Up in front of you, Maya, you see pouring down down this walkway in your direction. There's another one of them that just, you see like they're like the perfect size. You can tell that the wheelbase just happens to fit perfectly within the railing itself, almost as if they were built for this place. And so that's the end of its turn.
As if.
Almost.
Then there are 2 red ones. Okay, I think I can attack with both of them. So one of them's going to attack it.
Them turning in my direction is making me very anxious.
Sorry. One of them, they both.
Watching them rotate.
Guys, Jeff, there's too many guys.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and attack Jita and Maya. Yeah. I'm gonna give Maya a little bit of cover as you are on the railing, and I'll say that will give you a +2 to cover. Okay. So first one's so basically one of them turns towards you, Jita, and you can see its arm kind of goes purple, like it's charging up, and then you hear as something gets launched out of it, and it's going to explode near you. You are just within range. It is going to, I can do math. It is an 18 to hit. Is 18 good against Jita?
Yes, my defense is 15.
Okay, no 6s or anything like that. So go ahead and take 7 points of endurance damage as this canister explodes. Yeah, Dr. T.
Diesel shot. Thank you for the raid. It's very nice of you.
What's up, Lee? Thanks, man.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so that
is this an energy attack?
Yes, it is.
Or a disruptor attack?
It is indeed. It is an energy disruptor and stun. However, this attack, so because I'm attacking you, this attack deals 1 auto strong hit against you because of your Twyfar nature. So it's automatically going to do that, which means I get to choose between 3 different options. It's the first time disruptors have come up, so I might screw this up. So let's just walk through this. So I basically get 1 option. I can either have you lose a munition on your weapon. I can have you get strong hit -1 on your next attack, or I can say if you're reduced to 0, you could be suppressed. I'm gonna just say munition reduced by 1, and then not only that, but it's gonna arc and it hits Jolan as well, and the same thing happens to him because he too is a Twyfar, and so the 2 of you just happen to get kind of this arcing lightning mortar that moves between you. All right, then a second one of these is going to go up onto the railing to try to hit Maya. That is a 6 this time. Also an 18.
I have a 17 defense, and you gave me a +2.
Okay, so cover. I'm trying to remember if cover is armor or is cover to hit.
I was also just trying to look that up, but I am not quick enough to have found the answer.
Okay, so Yeah, you add your current intelligence to your defense. So it's going to be light cover. So what's your intelligence? It's your current intelligence?
Give me just one moment.
So it wasn't plus 2. It was just your
Three.
intelligence score. 3? Okay, so your defense right now is 20. Okay, I will then use the 6 instead of doing a crit. I will use the 6 to try to re-roll that really crappy one, the 2 that I rolled, to see if I can roll any higher. And that is a 5. So that is a total of 19 to hit, which I still don't think is enough because it would be 20 for you, right?
No, I'm 20 right now.
And so it misses. It goes and it flies over and it tink, 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 down the stairs and explodes on the ground of the cave, missing you. The next thing that happens. Okay.
Oh, gosh.
2 of these turrets are going to fire at the far end. And they are going to, at same targets, actually. One's going to be at Jita, and one is going to be at Maya, except I get a lot more dice. All right, Jita. 16.
Yes.
22 to hit.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right, 22 to hit. You're going to take... Hang on. 9 points of endurance damage.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to spend one of the 6s to do a crit. And so you're going to take 5 critical damage from that crit. As you just hear like a railgun firing, like a... and you see this extremely fast beam of light that is there and gone, and then it kind of fades a bit as it just comes out of nowhere from far down at the end of this walkway. It's just like literally out of darkness, and it fires directly at you. And so that is your damage.
So this is actually the first time I've taken critical damage.
Okay, so what's your armor?
My armor is 2.
Okay, so you're going to take 3 points of critical damage. So from its 5, and that means it's going to go to your grit. As I just rolled it randomly, reveal it to you. So it looks like grit. Okay.
So my grit is 3.
You reduce grit by 3 to 0.
So it started 3. Okay.
Goes to 0. Okay, and then the next one's gonna fire at Maya.
Ow!
Okay. This one, you don't get covered from this one because it's not firing from below you. This one's going to be a total of 21 to hit. And I do have 1 6, so so it should be the same. So 9 endurance and 5 crit.
Oh, Lord.
And I've an armor of 2, so I take 3 damage to...
3 damage, that is correct. Yeah, so it's going to be to focus.
Okay.
And again, it's just this like perfectly finite beam of light that just comes out of nowhere from the far end.
God.
Jita, that was an energy weapon as well. It has the energy tag. That one does not have a destructor tag on it, though. Okay. And that's the end of... hang on. That's the end of my turn. Okay. Top of the round, Ajax will go. So, Zatek, you can see that there is one of these kind of yellow mining things coming at you. You see its arm, and then suddenly you just see as it ran right past Ajax, who is cloaked right behind it, and he's going to fire at it with his, I'm going to say, sighted shot this time. And you see the arm kind of pop up in the air as if it's coming at you, and then it falls off and clinks to the ground as he actually did enough endurance damage enough critical damage to reduce it to 0 durability. Then for his second action, he is going to snapshot. Where'd he go? There he is. So he's going to move and he's going to fire at the other one. No crits this time. So he's just going to do endurance. So the second of the yellow behind you's attack just gets shot again, but this one doesn't die in one shot the way the other one did. Okay. Then we come to Jita and Maya. Both of you just got shot. How you guys doing?
super good.
Yeah, not
Do you
not good
want
at all.
to go first and if you have like a self heal or freaking?
I don't. Yeah, that's what I haven't been hit by energy attacks before. So like, I gain a splash +1.
I'm just
Because
gonna
of
do
my-
a straight attack.
Go
so
ahead.
if you need
Go
time
for
to
it.
figure your shit out, okay.
Go for it.
I'll do a snapshot first to move my full
Okay.
mobility.
Okay.
And then I will do a what's that move and attack one called?
Snapshot is the
Snapshot.
move and attack.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you move for the first half, then you're firing for the second.
Then I'll reposition from my first one because that gives me a +2, and then I'll do a snapshot, which is.
So you're
just
gonna
the
move twice?
attack. Yeah, because
Okay.
I want to get in this dude's face.
Okay. So you are right up in that dude's face as you have moved right up on this this construct in front of you, running directly at that beam of light that sniped you. But you are very close to it now, so I would say it conceivably would give you cover at this point.
Amazing. Okay.
So it could be your friend.
Well, let's see how I do.
Why?
Can I use munitions on this? And
course.
that's just an extra D6?
Yeah, so that's one of the uses for him. Yeah, unless your
Oh,
weapon
you know
has a
what?
specific use.
I asked as I was rolling, and I feel like a little cheap because I got like a 17 hit without
Okay.
the munitions.
So 17 to hit is good. So 17 is good.
But like I called using the munition, so it feels like super cheap to not use it.
Okay. Well, I
You
mean,
could always
another
get more
six
strong hits.
could get a crit. You can get a strong hit, so there's
Yeah.
a good reason. to use
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna use
Yeah, go ahead
the
and do
munition. No, but it is 2 6s anyway.
Nothing
so-
wrong with more crits. You do more damage. You just have very good armor, so if you get
Mhm.
extra
Sweet.
6s, you can increase the severity of your critical damage and maybe actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
So with the 17 hit, that is 6 endurance damage with 2 strong hits.
Okay.
Um,
So, what is the critical damage of your weapon by default?
3.
Okay, so the best you could do with those 2 6s is spend 1 to do a basic crit, and then do the second to essentially increase the damage. In this case, that still wouldn't really work for you because
Yeah.
it's only getting you to 4. So you might be better off doing the burn.
Yeah, you could stack 2 burns. You could do more than 1 burn, which would
Yeah,
end up
that's
being
what
like
I was
6
just
extra
looking
damage.
at. So I'll do because the stacks, that's exactly what I was thinking. Thanks, Jerry. So if it's okay, I'd like to stack 2 burns.
Mhm.
With
And
my
how much
crits.
burn? How much burn does it
3
say?
general damage per burn. So
Okay, so
6
it's gonna be
total.
6. Okay, so
Yeah.
it's got a 6 burn on it. Okay,
At the start of their turn, so
Yeah, at the
not
start of
right
its
now,
turn.
but at the start of
Mhm.
its turn.
I got you. Okay, and you're good. So you repositioned, you snapped, then you did a snapshot. Or so you did reposition, then you did snapshot, and
Yeah.
you're right up in its business. And I will also say that where you're at would probably give you cover from that turret shot too. Okay,
Yes.
so then it is going to be Jita. Did you go?
think it's mine.
Jita, your turn.
Yeah, it'll be my turn. Okay, so I am going to do I want to take out this one that's in front of me, and then after that, I'm going to try to do a reposition. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do a sighted shot first, which is going to be an attack, and then I get to
Okay.
add focus and whatnot into that. So I'm rolling a 2d6.
All right, give that a roll. You're rolling at the same one that attacked you, right? The red one.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is a 7 plus 9, which is a 16. Is a 16
16
enough?
is still enough to
if
hit.
not.
Yeah, 16 is still
Okay,
enough.
perfect. I didn't get anything extra, so it's 6 on the endurance damage.
Okay. All right, not enough to destroy it, but you can see little bits of like smoke and like lubricant coming out. You can definitely tell you're damaging it. You're finding some of the weak spots between where the limbs kind of reach the central chassis. Do you have a second action?
I do have a second action. So maybe I'll do a snapshot. So I'll attack and then move. So I'll try to hit this one again and then move back around behind the little crystal outcropping that I've been to the next to.
All right, so you're going to shoot it first and you're going to run.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, go ahead and give it a shot.
That is going to be a same thing again, 7 + 9, 16 to hit.
Yep. Damage.
And it's just going to be the 3 this time because I didn't do...
Because you didn't sighted. You didn't do aim or anything, whatever it is. Okay.
Right.
Gotcha. All right, so you did... Okay, so sighted shot.
6 the first time and 3 the second one.
Okay, I got you. All right, so yep, you're good to go. It is not yet dead, but it is not in good condition at all. It looks like it's smoking.
I'm going to move myself a little bit behind this, which I'm hoping is going to give me a slight amount of cover.
So you want to take cover.
Baby bit of cover.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the move action. So I'm doing the sighted shots and attack and then move.
Okay. All right. Technically, cover comes with reposition, but because it makes sense because of the map, we'll say sure. Okay, so then Zatek and Dr. T. Dr. T, the one that you were fighting, blew up in front of you. It was a big pile of rubble in front of you, and Zatek, one was bearing down on you and just got blown up behind you by an invisible Ajax. What do you guys want to do?
I don't know if... My goal is to shoot my canisters at the ceiling or something to try and smoke screen these rail cannons from hitting us.
Okay, I like it.
Messing with us.
I like it.
The things at the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is probably outside
have a general
your range
idea of where they are.
Yeah.
So
the roof, the ceiling of the cave is probably outside your range increment. Because I assume like you have a very short one, right? Because you're shooting the canister.
Yeah, the canister has max range of 4.
Okay, so give yourself a -4 penalty as you try to fire this all the way up to the ceiling, which is quite high.
Okay.
So basically 2 range increments is what I'm doing.
Okay. And then I'm going to do a... Peak aim doesn't add to hit, just adds to damage. I guess I'll do sighted shot. I think gives me the best chance for... Yeah.
So take aim does give you +2 to hit, but it is its own action. So sighted shot increases your range increment by your focus. So you can do that. And it also lets you add your reflexes. So sighted shot.
Yeah, to the hit. Yeah.
Sighted shot probably makes more sense.
Shots.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do that.
So I would say then take away one of those penalties. So it's only a -2 as opposed to a -4. Because you're adding your focus, which will be enough.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
spending a munition on this.
Okay.
I got 46 plus 8.
So kill, if you want to like come in and do the kill steal, go for the red to the northwest. It sounds like it's going to take like one shot on your turn.
And then I got a 6, so I'm not going for damage, but I'll say, can I spend on an extra effect of just trying to smoke screen?
Sure. What I'll say is, so there's different kinds of cover. So cover happens a couple different ways. There's different like layers of it. So effectively, I will say you guys can get light cover from this now dust and debris. So it's going to cause like a vision issue for them. It's not so much like a physical cover. Like it's not going to block their shot, but it's going to screw up their targeting. So we can say that. And I'll say because of where you shot, I will give it and extend it down to Jita and Jolan as well. So we'll say it just kind of this whole area back here. Maya's a little too far up, I think, to get it, but I think the rest of you are good.
Okay, cool.
All right. Dr. T, and the women.
Yeah. I'm going to do quick action. Or prep. I'm sorry, prep.
Prep. Okay.
To double up. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my little nipper.
All right.
And then I am going to move a little closer, leveraging my fly ability.
Excellent. Okay. Going backwards to one of the ones that are coming up from behind.
Yeah, that's it exactly.
All right.
And then with little nipper, I'm going to shoot it. All right, which is a 3. What's that?
Okay, that's the one that got shot once already by Ajax, but didn't die yet.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and spend a grit to just re-roll that.
Yeah, the 9's not enough. There is a conversation going on in our Discord chat. So basically what happens with the Twyfar is that the damage that it causes AoE damage. What Joe said was right, basically. Joe's correct. It
Joe
causes
got it.
AoE damage around it.
So Jolan near me is like, hey now, we're same
Hey
team.
now.
You're an
Hey
all-star?
now.
It's game.
Oh, I was going a different way. We both went, did the same idea, but different places.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
How'd you do, Dutch T? 14 is enough. 14 is enough.
Okay.
What's your damage?
Let me take a look. It is not a lot. It is 4 endurance damage.
4 endurance damage because of what Ajax did is actually enough to take it to 0. Is it had 2 left?
Yes.
Amazing.
As you
I got
do
this
manage, as you do manage to take out the one. There you go, buddy. Okay. So visibly speaking, there are 3 more of these things up in front of you guys. One is on the walkway with Maya. 2 are on the ground. The one closest to where Jita and Jolan are is basically smoking itself because it has taken significant damage. The one just sort of to the right of Maya doesn't look like it's been damaged yet. But there's also these turrets that just seem to be shooting at you guys from down the ways a bit. Were you all set there, Dr. T? Was that everything?
Yep, that's everything. Yeah.
All right, Kill. You're up, man.
Okay. So there's one maneuver you can do where you move and shoot, and there's another where you can move and take cover, right?
Yeah. So snapshot is move and shoot, and then reposition is the cover one.
Okay. So I think
Reposition, no, you can't technically shoot and take cover if you're
reposition is
looking
one or
for
the
the
other.
actual cover +1.
okay.
Yeah, move or cover.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I wanted to move 8,
Okay.
but I can't. I could move 8, but I can't move and take cover and still shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because reposition would be the adding +2 to the mobility. That would help you move a long way. But then, yeah, there wouldn't be an attack anywhere in there necessarily.
Yeah, okay.
Let's
So the only way I
use
can
a
move 8
weapon
is...
with a higher range.
You
You,
could-
you don't need to move one.
I was trying to
You
look
could
at
do,
like
yeah.
options I would have available to get myself moved far enough to be in front of Maya before the turrets go again.
I will tell
But
you
I
that
didn't know-
Maya will definitely get cover from having a giant robot in front of her. She's
Okay.
probably going to get heavy cover, I would say, because this thing is much bigger than her.
In that case, I'll do the snapshot. So I'll move 4,
Okay.
and I'll
And
shoot.
the smoke screen's like right about here. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, I would say it's essentially right. Like Kill's like right in the middle of it, basically.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll shoot the one, like aim over Maya, shoot at that one
Gotcha.
first. Because I know the red one's on its last legs, but reasons.
Yeah, this
I get
juice
you.
got some endurance
Sure.
on its turn.
I wanted to. I'm gonna grit that.
Okay. Okay.
Oh dear.
Not good.
Oh dear.
That is much better. I will take the 11 plus 7 for 18. With one of those
18
being a
does
6.
hit. Yeah. What's the damage?
So the 10 for the endurance. I don't think the crit of 4 is enough to do anything on these guys.
It is not unless you have Pierce.
It does have Pierce.
Okay. Well, then it
Nice.
will, in fact. Hang on. Let me double check its durability.
Arc demo charge.
Okay. All right. That
Nice.
does go through. It reduces its durability, but it doesn't kill it. But does in fact go through. You do get a point. That goes through. Fantastic.
Okay.
Anything else?
I mean, I'll go ahead and do my second shot.
Okay.
And I know I could kill the red one, but I'm going to kill the one that's right on top of my.
So you sighted shot this
I
time?
will-
so you're
I will
getting the
say-
increase?
Kill, you would know this.
Oh,
It is
it's on fire.
Yeah.
And it'll take the damage at the start of its
It'll
turn.
take damage.
That's right.
It is disturbingly and annoyingly the exact number it needs to. In fact.
Are you serious? That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's exactly right on it.
Okay.
got 6
Well,
health
if
left.
that's
It's
if
got
that's
6
pretty
health.
visible, I'll toss one over at the
Yeah,
red
it's definitely
one.
on fire.
Okay. I'll shoot the other one. I'll do sighted shot to increase my range a little bit and get my reflexes added on. Okay, so 10, 17, 20 to hit.
20 is good.
I got a 6 on it, so 4 crit, 1 pierce. However that
Okay.
finagles, and 10 endurance.
That is enough. The 10 endurance is enough. As you see, the one that has been attacking Jita on the left-hand side of this cave is now no more. As that one kind of explodes a bit, and that one is no
Nice.
more. Okay. Now's your
Nice,
turn.
nice, nice.
My turn. So, first of all, the one right in front of Maya, you can see it just burns, and you see it just and just kind of flattens a bit and dies. Which means your head is now popping out from over top of it. And
When
that
the
cover,
turrets
Oh,
go,
yeah.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, that's going to go down, and that was her cover from the turret.
the red one to the right has a choice basically between 2 targets. I'm going to 50-50 at 1 to 3 is going to be Maya. It is a 2, so we'll go after Maya. I will give Maya, you can take light cover from this, so add your intelligence score to your defense. And let me give this a roll. All right, pretty good roll. No 6s, but a good roll. 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. All right. So then it's only going to do its endurance damage to you, which is going to be 7. So you just you see it fly up, ding, ding, and it's like this like electrical charge explodes and catches you, Maya. But no 6s, so no crit. Next thing that happens is you hear, and another one of these turrets will fire. Right. And there's only one target for this, unfortunately. Yeah. And take same thing. Take cover for this one as well, Maya. So again, add intelligence. So I think it put you at 20. I think is what we had
Puts me at
before.
20. Yeah.
All right. It's going to be over 20. I didn't get any 6s, though. Ugh. All right. So it's just going to be 9 points of endurance damage as one of these rails
So
railguns fires
I
again.
had 7 points left.
Oh, no.
Okay. So
Oh, no.
when you reduce to 0 endurance, your head pops off and you're dead.
Okay.
No.
It's fine.
When-
I can put it back on.
You suffer an automatic critical. Or that one or a different one. Ajax is floating around with no body and a head. Maya's got no head. Oh, happy romantic ending.
Star-crossed, body crossed lovers. That's it. That's
Okay. So if you're ever
Less
reduced to 0
romantic than I
endurance,
assumed.
if you're ever reduced to 0 endurance, you suffer automatic critical hit. So you're going to take a critical hit then anyway. So that's 5 damage. You have 2 armor, I believe. Is that right?
I do.
So you'll take 3 critical. You'll take 3 damage to your strength.
Okay.
All right. As this thing does manage to hit you. But interestingly enough, only one of them shoots.
Okay.
And it is now top of the round. Ajax's turn. Okay. I would say, Dr. T, you can see his floating head. And it runs past you at this point.
what? That's not how heads are
Maya's
supposed to work.
looking rough.
It runs past Zatek. So he's doing a bunch of movement here. And then I'll snapshot up behind Zatek. And behind Kill. I don't know why I made him invisible. That was just me being dumb. But he's right behind Kill, and he shoots Kill in the back of the head. Now he's going to fire
It's
at
cool
the
to
last
have
one.
a floating head.
It is. It really is.
For real.
Definitely hits. No crit though again. So yeah, it's just endurance lost to that one, and it's a big hit, but it's not a crit unfortunately. So it is still standing. All right, so it comes back then to Jita and Maya. One visible target. What do you guys do?
Jita would try to shoot at it. So she would come out from her cover and do a snapshot. Well, let me actually look at the distance on this. So I've got a 3 movement, and then so I could go like here, and I would have to move. Okay, so I'm going to have to do this a little bit different from what I was thinking. So I am going to have to do a.
You can go underneath this thing. It's a
Reposition.
railing that's above
Yeah.
you, so you can go underneath the railing.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do a reposition first to get close enough to be able to shoot. So I'm going to kind of have to go.
Okay.
I'm kind
So
of
you run
in the
underneath?
middle underneath. So
Gotcha.
that I can shoot. So 1 is a reposition, and 2, I'll go sighted shot so that I can add all of the things to the roll.
Okay. All right.
All right. That is a 6, and a 5 is an 11, plus a 9 is a 20.
That's
with now, is this a damaged character?
This is damaged indeed. Yeah.
So that means I can spend
just hit it.
this. I can spend this strong hit on a critical boost and get a +1 critical damage versus all damage. Oh, versus damage
No,
characters.
damage
is 0
with your
endurance.
attack,
It's not all
with
the
your
way down.
attack.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Then like the crit is a 4, so unfortunately that doesn't really get used. So it's 6 endurance damage.
And as you fire your rainbows out from your armpits, you see it slice right through one of its arms, which falls to the ground. And then you see this little cascade of explosions, as that is enough to actually kill it. Ajax hits like a freaking truck. So you did go in and you killed the second one. Or
Nice.
killed the second of the red
Hell
ones.
yes.
Okay. So, Maya, looking around, it's your turn, but
Only these turrets, yeah?
you don't. Okay, so give me an awareness test.
Okay.
And so give me an awareness test. And as all these exploded, broken constructs around you seem to be relatively inert at this point, a few of them are still like
I
sparking.
failed
things,
the
but-
first one and grit, and 13 on the second.
Okay. You can see up ahead, there are what looks like, with 13, I'll say you can see that there are 2 turrets that are underneath what looks to be some kind of not functioning, like turbine, like for like a coolant thing. Like you would assume it was supposed to sort of blow or filter out something that's not functioning anymore. But you can see there's 2 turrets standing right in front of it. But as you're watching, you just see right as this one that Jita destroys, you can just see one of the 2 was lit up. Like you can see it actually was bright blue, and it suddenly just goes zzz, and it powers down. And it looks identical to the other one at the end of the hall.
Mm. And after the first red one went down, that one
Yeah.
didn't fire too.
You would probably be able to conclude, Maya, with your knowledge and maybe with Kill and you talking behind that somehow the turret's firing was connected to like these specific units, and they were like using it's like using the lock-on ability and various other things to like trigger and connect to one another. Your guess is that they probably won't attack you while these things remain inert.
I'm going to call out to everyone that we need to get out of here. Those turrets are tied to these things.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything?
Which way?
Down here?
Put an extra shot into both the red ones just for good measure.
Okay. No problem.
Just in
Okay.
case there's some of those stupid, like, self-mending machines, robot people. I don't Trouble with the...
Kill and G-Dog both give you an awareness test since the two of you are pretty far up as well. If you both want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awareness.
Awareness.
Oh, that's garbage. But
I've got a -1 on awareness.
it's all right.
I
You know,
got-
7 + 2 is 9.
I got 2
Nice.
6s on that awareness.
Wow.
So 3 6s.
She's really
So
lying
Good.
now.
3 6s.
Anyone can pick
-1.
up dice and show them to a camera. Like that's not evidence. Jeez. So what did you roll? Like an 18 or something? 35?
-1 is a 17. Yeah.
87, just like checked it. Okay.
Wait, what are we rolling for? Because I rolled
Just
and
awareness.
I got 16s.
Wait a second. This don't look like the right die there.
It's a
Chuck. I don't-
D4. It's a D4. Don't think about it.
Wait a second.
It's a D4. Still not the right dice, but it doesn't matter. It's cool.
Gina, you notice a body on the ground, kind of crumpled by one of the railings up ahead. It looks to be like it's not encased in any sort of crystal like some of the other ones you've seen. It's just sort of crumpled up on the ground.
I'm going to go examine that body.
Okay, so as you run
And
up
I'm
to
going
it,
to point it out to Dr. T as well.
Okay.
as you run
Yeah.
up to it, landmine explodes underneath your feet. No, you run up to it and you realize
Yeah.
it is very much a palantor laying on the ground in horrific state. You can see that there are several beam-sized holes in its torso, very much like the sort of the phase shot, that laser shot that got you and Maya. You can see at least 3 of them in their torso. Understanding like palantor physiology, you're probably concerned, I would say, about the state of this individual. And Dr. T, if you come running up, if you would like to roll a medicine test, you absolutely can go ahead and do that.
Absolutely. Okay.
I'll run up as well.
Okay.
Is not strong enough to even stay standing at this point. I think she's on her knees.
I don't get
Just
sixes
fall.
often, so I am going to use
Yeah.
that 6 to re-roll that 1.
Okay.
If
Can't do worse than a 1.
I mean, yeah. So that's going to make that a dirty 20
Okay.
on that medicine
So-
test.
You are if they were a player, for instance, like the way players die, if you get, was it 3? I think 3 of your stats get reduced to like -5 or something like that. This thing is right on the verge of it, and you can see that they're unconscious, or at least they're not active. They've sort of shut themselves down. They look like it's a humanoid body. But it's certainly one of those like constructed. It's like constructed. It's not like like an actual human, but it has a humanoid body to it. But you can tell like there's like no light coming from it in the eyes. It's got this like kind of trench coat that looks to be singed and burnt up a bit. And you can see that there's some sort of sash going across their chest. And there's almost like these tiny little medallions of some kind going across it.
Yeah.
But one of them is sort of singed and broken because of the shots.
So we're mechanically out of combat.
You're mechanically out of combat. Yeah, we're out of initiative.
So sure, if this thing is on the verge of death, I am going to go ahead and leverage my trait biotech, which allows me to do heal someone for 1 attribute damage with a biotech roll.
Okay. As you are doing that,
Yeah.
you hear like and you see standing next to you guys is Ajax, who the armor, light bending armor dissipates, and he's just kind of standing and looming over top, and his gun's kind of pointed down, and he says, "Doc, no need for that.
Oh,
I can finish it off nice and quickly.
whoa!
You don't need to look."
Like, I'm all in favor of stabbing things, but this entity is not outside. I can save it.
Do I recognize this Palantor?
Roll a resolve test. Difficulty 14, Zatek.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Roll well.
Got my grit still.
Okay. You've got audience support. Oh, you got a 6.
I got a 6. I'm going to re-roll that 2.
All right.
I got a 5, so that is another 18.
Oh, God.
Nice.
You're looking over Dr. T's shoulder as he is getting ready to perform some kind of, basic medical procedure. It's a little different for a Palantor. Obviously, it's more technical as opposed to medical, but he is skilled in both. And you can see Ajax has got that ridiculous gun that he has just been smoking foes with, like left and right, and he is pointing right at this thing. And it dawns on you that you do, in fact, know this Palantor laying on the ground. And you don't know them by the name Tiv. Well, you sort of know them by the name Tiv. You know them actually by the name Sateas, who is a friend of yours, you think? Taught you a lot of what you know? Good with electronics and computers? Like a MVP, not just a player, but a designer of games and holographic games. Like all of a sudden, these memories are sort of flooding back into you, but you can feel them just as they're coming back into your head. Like you can sort of feel them drifting away at the same time.
Seeing Ajax pointing this gun, can I use my shocking whip thing as a garrote on him?
You certainly can
shit.
try. You can certainly try. Yeah, go right ahead.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Oh,
This is
My
my
ass
brother-in-law.
just
Like,
No,
lying
why are
on
you
the
doing
no.
this?
Oh
walkway.
god, no, why?
Yeah.
Maya's lying on the walkway and like dimly aware something is happening, but
Yeah.
is on like pretty beat up.
I'm not a fan of this.
Yeah, I had a whole
Zatek
thing
is
like I was
not
trying to think to say it's
Ajax-sized.
gone now.
Yeah,
Zatek, you said it. Give it a roll.
Oh god.
that's what I'm doing.
I like it. I
Oh,
appreciate
God.
it, dude. I really do appreciate it. You're not going to in a second, but I appreciate it.
If I roll in this just as like out of combat, like or this is an exotic.
I would say
Right.
because you're doing it fast, let's call it a snapshot because it feels like you're trying to do it quick.
Snapshot?
Right? Yeah,
Yes,
that's what it sounds like.
absolutely. Okay. Snapshot. Yeah, that includes the move, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna burn. You can burn multiple munitions on attacks, right?
Yeah, it stacks up to the max.
I'm
So
gonna
you usually
burn
start
the
with
other
3. Because it's a ranged weapon, right? So you should start with 3 and work your way down. It's not a melee weapon, is it?
So this is my melee thing. It's a reskin of a shock stick. It's like
Okay, so it should have 0 munitions then, because
And
it
every
doesn't have. Does that
successful
build
hit
momentum?
adds 1.
But this one's weird because it's charged and it does use munitions.
Okay. So you got rid of
It
the build
doesn't.
momentum.
It doesn't have the. It uses munitions instead of the momentum thing.
Okay, as long as it doesn't have build momentum, you're fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm adding 2 to that. So my roll is 5d6 plus 5. One 6. 27 to hit.
No, I'm just kidding. That's a hit. Yeah, that'd be insane, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be insane?
I'd be very scared. Yeah, and then I'm going to use that as extra crit on that 6.
Okay. So give
And
me
that would be
give me
5
the total
crit
damage.
and 5 endurance.
All right. So All right. I'm not going to use his. I'm not going to use one of his abilities because I feel like you surprised him. So I'm just going to go ahead and let it all go through. So it's 5 endurance. Okay. He's got plenty. And then you said 5 crit. Some of it goes through. Not all of it. He has a duck and dodge ability, which would give him +3 armor versus an attack. But I think in this case, he doesn't see it coming necessarily. So he's going to take that 2 crit. Okay. He is a nemesis character. What that means is just he's got actual stats as opposed to some of the others. So I'm going to roll, and it goes to his intelligence.
Jeez.
He's not using that anyway. This is trouble.
Okay, so he just took some damage to his intelligence. I won't say how much, but some of it went through, not all of it. Okay. He's still up though, as you lash out, and he is going to turn around towards you.
It also has energy, disruptor, and stun. I don't know if that matters.
So stun, I think, just means that you effectively it could be like non-lethal. Then the
not trying to
disruptor,
do that.
Disruptor, if it has the strong hit disruptor keyword, it means you would have to spend one of your 6s to trigger that strong hit.
Yep.
Okay. And energy isn't going to come into play on this one either.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
All right. So you just did one action. He whips around with his gun. I'll give you a second action because it's only fair because you get 2 actions your turn. But you can see there's suddenly a giant Artemis rifle in your face. What do you do with your second action?
I think Zatek panics and wants to try to body morph around him and just stick to him.
Oh God.
Oh,
roll your body morph. Whatever it is whatever you roll for that.
It's biotech.
So we'll just call this like a prep action or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
Oh goodness. So this is a skill roll. Okay.
Yep. I think I got a +3. Yep. +3. 19.
Okay. I'm going to just target this against his normal defense, and that is enough. As you suddenly morph, what does it look like as you wrap yourself around this guy?
I'm just he was invisible, and now I'm just making up where his body was.
Okay.
Just a shell around all of them.
Okay. The rest of you, maybe not Maya, but the rest of you see something is starting to go down now. So Jita's right there and Dr. T is right there. I'm going to give you 2 the first opportunity since you're the closest, and then we'll go kill because he can see it, and then Maya will be last. So Jita, Dr. T, what do you do?
I would really like to choose the option of sacrificing my 2 actions.
Okay.
In complete and total surprise of, he was saying, let me put it out of its misery. I'm saying, hey, I can heal this creature at this Palantir. And then all of a sudden it's Choke City and I don't know what's going on. I'm panicking. I don't want to do anything. That's my turn.
Okay.
Pass.
I appreciate it. Jita.
I think I'd be
Dr.
yelling,
T's
that's
panicking.
my friend.
Okay. Jita, what do you do? Dr. T is panicking.
Before all
Zatek
this
is wrapped
happened,
around.
or after all this happened?
After. I would say if Jita's got something to shoot at, Zatek just attacked this thing, so Jita's gonna join.
So Zatek specifically said he was wrapping himself around Ajax with his body morph ability, which basically means he just like a blob consumes him for a moment. It's not like it's killing him or anything, but he's essentially, I'm going to treat it like a grapple, if effectively, we're going to call it that for now. So you don't really have a very clear shot, Jita, as you're probably going to hit Zatek because he has enveloped Ajax.
Okay.
There's probably a piece or 2 here you can maybe get, but
Jita is going to just see if she can move herself so that if there becomes something that she can kind of shoot, she will. So she's just gonna kind of take a step back from this stuff that's going on and make sure that she stays in range.
Okay.
And so she's just like ready to go.
All right. Kill. You see this as well. You're standing. Maybe you're standing next to Maya, whatever it might be. Maya's laying on the ground. She probably doesn't have a good vision, so you can react first. Kill. What is it? How would you
my
react?
God. Our little wristwatch things. I know this is going to sound dumb, but can you do the equivalent of like a group chat, like send messages to only certain people?
Well, and it is nice that Joe fucked up.
Or can our
Ajax's
comms
head
do that?
helmet.
Your comms can, yeah, because those things
Yeah.
are just sort of personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would almost
What
want
do
to
you
do
say?
like a private message, like switch it to where it's basically just hard T and Zatek. Okay, look, just download him. Okay. Just fucking download him. I don't know how you do it, dude. You're fucking tech bullshit. Download him. Let him shoot the empty body. Okay? And then we deal with this shit and then we get the fuck out.
Yeah, if that's what Papa wants, I'm good to go with that.
And then
Okay.
like I don't know if that's both actions or
That's fine. I mean, we're being
Yeah.
pretty flexible right now. Is there anything else you want to do besides that?
outside of that, like so that would be privately
Mhm.
and then publicly coming over, acting like he's grabbing onto Zatek. You get your fucking maws off him. He's got a mission to complete. Step back, you ignorant fuck. Just
Okay. So
just barking orders, like in a loud and angry fashion,
Gotcha.
which hopefully Zatex knows is not actually his, because I just did the private message first.
Okay.
Because I want to try and calm Ajax down, like
Gotcha.
make him feel like I'm trying to cow Zatek, and hopefully, maybe have him not murder my friend.
So Zatek, when you feel the hand on you and you hear his voice, does that cause you to react or anything?
No. The next thing I want to do is start making the sounds of the game again to try and format Ajax
no.
inside of this bubble as much as possible.
Okay.
Okay, so we're getting some stutter on the stream a bit, looks
Oh.
like. Sorry about that.
Oh.
Okay. Sorry about that. Looks like we got a few drop frames. But
Hey,
you didn't release?
yeah, because Kill was saying that he wants us to try and download Palantir.
Mhm.
I imagine that probably takes a while, though, right? Like,
Kill has no
feel-
clue. Like that's just
feel
like
like
the
that would
best
take
he
a
could
while.
think of to save the dude and
Yeah.
also not get you murdered.
Okay. All right. So that's the case. Maya, then, how do you react to this?
Maya just vaguely hears some commotion happening, and she's had her eyes closed mostly, and sits up and sees everything. It's like, what the fuck is going on? And that's my whole turn. 'Cause I have no idea what the hell's going on.
And so
I'm trying to buy time with Ajax. 'Cause
Ajax is-
I want them to download the Palantir, but I don't know how long that takes.
Okay. So you wrapped around him and you didn't let go. Is that correct?
I did not let go. No, I'm trying to hold his arms
Okay.
down. Hopefully, he can't shoot me.
Oh, he's
But-
going to shoot you.
Yeah.
Because he's going to shoot you.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I don't know what you're doing, but just talk to him.
25 to hit. So that'll hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine I don't have cover.
No, I don't
You-
think so.
You're giving him cover.
I am the cover.
You are the cover.
Okay. So take 7 points of endurance damage.
Okay.
And
I'm
take-
at 0 already.
So that's gonna be a crit. You're also going to take a crit as well as I'm going to use. Well, I'm going to use its puncture ability. So it's going to suffer a critical hit and it's going to deal 1 damage no matter your armor. So you're going to take basically 2 critical hits. So you're going to take back-to-back crit damage. So you're going to take 4 points of crit damage and then 4 points of crit damage.
Oh, another World Tabletop. Thanks for that raid.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We seem to be having some technical stuttering, so we'll probably call it here in a sec. Let's just resolve this. First one, 6 points of loss to your grit, Zatek.
Okay.
4 points to your focus. Obviously, subtract your armor from those numbers.
Um.
And so what we see is as you're holding on and Zatek, you put your hand on him and you can just see like there's like a blob trying to wrap itself around Ajax. You hear and like bursting through Zatek, you see a hole as a point blank shot of the rifle essentially rips through Zatek's body. You see this spray of like Zhou blood or substance onto the ground. And you can see like a hand pulls through, grabs Zatek, and starts to peel him off. And we're going to go ahead and end there, and we'll pick up on that in a couple weeks. As I lied, we didn't finish Hypnos yet. Sorry.
How dare you?
Okay. As you are in trouble. That is rough. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
We were having some tech issues. I feel like it's time we should probably bail on this. Okay.
And now we're having
So-
Zatek issues.
Tech issues into the tech issues. Let's do some quick close and plugs, and then we'll get on out of here. Let's see. Maitre, tell us where we can find you on the internet.
Mikey plays games on YouTube where I make system agnostic content about tabletops.
Fantastic. Chuck, Joe, what's going on with DOK?
Well, don't worry about Joe because Joe doesn't count right now because his character is dead.
Fair.
No, so Wednesday, we've got our Night Below campaign using Dungeon Crawl Classics. Friday, I am running Pathfinder 2nd Edition, my own home campaign. It is a sequel from way back when before DOK started streaming. And this Saturday on DOK, we've got our Weird Frontiers Chain Coffin campaign. We've officially kind of severed ties with Goodman Games Official. Not anything that Goodman Games did. It's just right now it makes more sense for us to run it on DOK. So yeah, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay, right on. Everyone's links will be in the descriptions if you're listening to this later, if you're watching this later. And then as for us, a couple quick things. Go over to the Discord. Melissa will drop the link. Check out the link if you're watching this later. Jump into the giveaways channel. Drop a little note, a setting that you really like to play in, and you can be entered in a giveaway to win some Norse Foundry goodies. So dice and dice-related accessories. Also, you should check out all of our other streams. Tomorrow night we're going to be playing some Frontier Scum. Thursday we've got some Simba Room. Friday Delta Green. Saturday maybe Call of Cthulhu, and next Monday Alien. Yes, Dr. T.
No, this isn't Dr. T. This is Chuck.
No, Chuck. Sorry.
What is Frontier Scum? That sounds
Frontier Scum. You don't want to know.
Oh, I like it.
It's Frontier Scum is an acid western.
Oh.
But it's sort of like built on something that you're not a fan of.
Oh, I don't want to know.
More-
Anyway,
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you.
know.
go watch Frontier Scum. Fuck more.
Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and carry the raid. Thank you so much to, what was it? Another World Tabletop, and then Diesel Shot. Thank you so much for the raid. Sorry, we're having some glitchy issues at the end. So let's go ahead and raid before it all falls apart. We're going to raid Dork Tales, playing some Dungeons and Dragons. Follow that raid. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see y'all later. Come back in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
I